Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Getting back to work on the SIG in this video. I know last video I was thinking maybe I'd start on my rock project, but the holster that I was waiting on came a little faster than I expected. So what this one is going to be is I'm just going to kind of go through the two holsters that I ended up acquiring for my 365, walk through the reasoning as to why, what my plans are, things like that. So it's going to be a pretty short video, but I at least want to kind of walk through these things and show you what I'm feeling are going to be the right choices for me as far as holstering goes, and the products I chose and how they're going to work. All right, so the first holster I chose is right here, and this comes from Wright Leather Works. They are actually a somewhat local company to me here in Ohio, and they do full custom handmade leather holsters, and they are actually known for this one. This is the Predator Pancake holster is what it goes by, and the color that I got it in is coffee. I ordered this shortly after I purchased the gun, which I think was back in January, and it just showed up today, which is early April. So they did say it was roughly 1 to 2 month wait when you do place the order, but it did arrive today, and I mean you can see looking in it that it is hand fit for the SIG, and you can tell they used the right model to figure out all the spacing and the retention. So I've already tried my firearm in this, and it does fit in perfectly, just as it should. It is like the perfect size. You can see it is cut where if you have an optic type slide, it will hold an external optic. You can see the barrel pretty much goes right down to the bottom, and it's got good retention. I have to pull on it pretty good to get the firearm out. So this is basically designed to be worn right around the 5 o'clock position, basically like right above where your back pocket in your jeans would be, or like your tag or label on the back of your jeans. And it will sit at a slight cant. If you look at where the belt loops are, it's about a 20-degree cant if I remember correctly. I went with this as I am not a fan of internal waistband holsters, and I know there's a lot of people that swear by them, and that's the way to go for deep or for the best concealment, whatnot. I'm kind of my state isn't that strict about having guns poke out, whereas some other states are, and I'd rather have the comfort of having it outside the waistband. That's just personally me. My body type, how I carry a firearm, even a smaller firearm like the SIG, I would just rather have it external. That is just, my choice. So this is going to be, my main carry holster for, day to day. So very happy with how it turned out, or how it looks. Looks like the firearm is going to fit perfectly in it. You can see it is just very well made and fit for the 365. So very happy with this one. I'm truly impressed with the quality, as always. I have bought from them before. I do have a similar holster for my P229 that I carry every so often, and yeah, this is definitely a winner. So that's the first holster. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the second. All right, and here is the second holster of choice. This is, as you can see, from Alien Gear. This is the Photon, and I will say that this is made for the SIG Fuse. So this is actually made for the larger 365. But looking at the Fuse and what I've seen about it, I figured it was worth a shot. You can get this directly from SIG, and I wanted to see how it would work with like a regular old 365. So when I did get it, I went ahead and grabbed the holster, and what do you know? It fits the SIG perfect. I did clamp down on the 2 adjustable retaining screws right here, just to give it a little more retention. But yeah, we got good retention. I can pull on it. It stays in place. I will say that obviously it is going to be long, as it is made for the Fuse, like right about there. It's about 1.5 inches is where the gun ends. So my thought with this, again, I don't like inside the waistband holsters. So I'm going to use this one as my paddle, because it comes with a paddle attachment, or you do have clips for just an easy outside or inside the waistband carry. But I figure if I'm going to bother carrying outside, I want to have as much support as possible. And this is a pretty bulky paddle with a lot of adjustability to it, if you see all the mounting holes. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do for this one is adjust it as high and, you know, about a 20-degree cant on that as well, because again, you have all these holes here and the holes there. And I took, because it has so many options, one of the holes here, I grabbed one of the bolts and retainers and put it in here. And I'm thinking of taking a bandsaw and basically cutting right below this. And that'll cut off about an inch or so of exposed holster that I'll never need. And I added that there because it'll cut off this bolt right here. But that will just make it that much more concealable and won't be as noticeable under, you know, my shirt or sweatshirt hanging low. Again, I really don't care that much about it poking through, but I mean, that's an easy enough thing to do, and it will do the job as far as a holster goes. So that's kind of my plan as far as my carry goes. So I'm gonna go ahead, start putting this together just so I can show you what I plan on doing with the Photon. All right, so here is how my build out turned out as far as where I mounted everything and, you know, the slight cant that's going to have. So I was able to go through here in that hole and get this. This is pretty much as high up as you're going to get the holster on this bracket. You can kind of see roughly where, you know, the top of your jeans or pants are going to be, how high up this will ride, and, you know, how low it's going to be. So I still may, like I mentioned, take a bandsaw and cut along here, basically where the barrel would end. But if you put the firearm in, it's good and tight. You know, hold it upside down, shake it, stays in place. And yeah, you can kind of get an idea right there, based on where your pants height would be, where the firearm is going to sit. All right, so that is where I'm going to end things as far as this video goes. Again, just wanted to walk you through what my plans are as far as my carry holsters for my new 365. I still, like I said, haven't decided if I'm going to cut like 1.5 inches off of this or not, which I should be able to, and that'll just give me a little more concealment. I'm going to, you know, try and run it with a pair of jeans and just kind of see how far down a shirt looks, you know, shirt runs with jeans, things like that. And then I'll kind of make my decision from there. Obviously, this is going to ride a lot higher, being that, you know, where the belt location is. So, and this is going to be my normal day-to-day. This is going to be just kind of if I need to grab something real quick, don't have a belt, and just need to slip something on, more for like, you know, around the house type of stuff, or, you know, quick errands, things like that. So that being said, hope you enjoy what you're watching. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit the notification bell. If you want to follow along, there's going to be a lot more gun content coming on this channel. Have multiple projects in the works that I will be doing videos on. I do have a second channel related to automotive items, so if that's something that interests you, please check it out. There is a link in the description of this video. I have a Rumble channel as well where I'm posting a lot of my firearm stuff, so if you are on Rumble and want to check it out, there is a link for that in the description as well. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I do review them and I will reply. And that being said, thank you for watching and have a great day.